It's early morning, Saturday. Mom is yelling at the dog. Brothers are about to be up soon. This should be fun. Hello, everyone. It's K-Pathic here. And guys, I want to show you these cute little dolls that my friend got, or not got me, but she gave to me. Look at these. These are way cuter than Labubus. I don't, are we seeing this right now? I don't know what I'm going to name them. But cause do they have names already? I don't know, but I want to rename them. Look, and this was like the only black one that she showed me, so I took it obviously, cause ally or BLM. I definitely want to get more of those because I feel like they're a cute little background piece. Hello, everyone. You're watching another Sunday Showers. I know last week was kind of like ugh and messy and gross, but please bear with me. This is something new to me, and this being a consistent thing is very, almost to say, foreign, hard. It's not really hard. I'm sitting in front of a camera and talking and doing bare minimum recording. It's not that hard. I just don't like the way I'm talking, so I'm kind of like, yeah. It also feels like I can't really be myself right now because I know that I have family in the house or my peoples are in my house right now. So, ugh. On today's episode, it's going to be random topics again because just like last week, I didn't really have like a set theme of the week. It was just more of like random thoughts that I had. So since this intro has been so buns, let's go ahead and just jump in so I can record today and then hopefully upload tomorrow. So for my first topic, men. That's gonna sound so bad, but no, listen. I have been single for like what feels like a millennia now, right? And a few weeks ago, I was craving so badly a boyfriend. I was like, damn, I have so many dudes that just show up randomly in my life because I'm just that girl. No, I'm playing. But there's so many guys and that just revolve around my life, and it's like I would want to give them a chance or whatever, but it's like, man, am I even ready to have a relationship? That was a thing that kept popping up into my head because look, so right now I'm really focused on my grind. I'm focused on this. I'm focused on trying to pick up more speed, pick up, more tasks that I have to do and really try to balance out, my new job with with my potential career. I don't want to say potential because it's like, this will be my career. This is it. So I'm really just trying to figure out what works for me the best because having to balance filming, editing, drawing, all of this with work, an actual 9 to 5, it's so different. With all my other jobs, it was either part-time or random scheduling. So I would only have to work maybe 6-7 hours, 6-7 hours a day. And I had so much time to actually focus on, filming, editing, and all that other stuff. But here's the thing though, even though I did have all that time, I never did any work. It's funny to me because now that I don't have time for it, I'm really over here trying to find any single minute of my day to really focus on this, right? And it's procrastination. The procrastination is really messing with me because look, I've been up since maybe 7:30 in the morning, right? Actually, scratch that. I've been up since 6 a.m. 6 a.m. I've been bright up and early. But what did I decide to do? I decided to scroll on my phone. I decided to sleep in some more. This is my first time actually having my weekends off, not having to worry about going somewhere or later in the day or even different priorities. But I did know that I had to film because I hadn't filmed all week. And leave it up to me to wait to do something last minute. This video is probably going to be at least 30 to 40 minutes. And then I have to edit that down into a good, 10, 20 maybe. We'll see. Not only that, but I have to try new things and all that. I can't keep doing the same repetitive thing over and over again with these videos because that's the bare minimum. The whole point of these were to like start learning about myself and start learning like, maybe new softwares, new things that I can do to the videos to enhance them, just make them look little fun, fresh. And obviously I can't do that now with this video because I decided to procrastinate all week. We're very much off track. I was supposed to be talking about boyfriends. Oh, Lord. Here, basically, what I was trying to get at was I want a relationship, just to do like the cute little things, having somebody in my corner, having somebody to just bother all day or whatever. Or, just little things like that. But it's like, see, I don't even have like a good reason to even want a boyfriend. And I'm really just focused on, this grind. At least, that's what I say I am. But yeah, I do have like a few crushes here and there. Well, I have one crush. Let me not make myself seem like something I'm not. No, I have one crush or whatever. But well, I don't really know where that's going. So it's not really like a big focus in my life right now. Another thing, just like a random thought or whatever, but it was like something to do with like my self-image. So I'm not really somebody who wears makeup, correct? The most makeup that I even do, honestly, is eyeliner and lashes. Well, mascara, I should say, not actual lashes. And then lip gloss. That's it, right? But the other day, I remember looking at myself and I was just like, not that I'm ugly, but I don't like this look anymore. Keep in mind, I've been doing this look since I was in high school. Like, I'm talking about fresh out of quarantine. And it's just like, I was what, 14, 15? I'm 21 now. Well, I'm about to turn 21. Yee! I'm about to turn 21, and it's just like that look, it's old, it's dead. Like, I need something new, something fresh. And that's where trying new makeup looks comes in. I don't really have a big room, so trying to like find like what's it called? Like doing like a vanity or whatever. Or, I don't even need a vanity. I just need like a better mirror or like, just like a makeup set or whatever, right? Like I could do that. I would have to learn, but it's just like, I guess we'll see, honestly. It could definitely be a potential thing that I'll probably have to start investing in, but honestly, that's not really a bad idea. I would honestly love to start experimenting with more makeup looks. Ooh, okay. Let's backtrack a little bit. So I want to talk about something funny that I noticed. For a long while, I was manifesting a boyfriend, correct? And I was like looking so desperately. I was like telling my guy best friend, man, I want a man's, I want this. I want to like, share something. I want to share this life with somebody. And, I forgot what really changed my mind, but I suddenly like switched. I switched up a little bit and started just being like, okay, no, I don't have time for a boyfriend. I'm going to go ahead and just focus on, my business. As soon as I made that switch, multiple men started giving me their attention. A guy gave me his number at my old job. Men started talking to me more at the gym, starting to like get to know me at the gym or whatever. And then even the person that I had a crush on started like treating me like a real person. I would love to explain the relationship, but I just think it's too soon. So yeah, it was like as soon as I stopped giving my attention to it, it was like it was trickling in. It was like, I don't know, it was like what is that called? Like the law of attraction or it's something like that where you want something, but then when you stop giving it your attention, it actually comes to you. I thought that was so interesting to like really experience and really like not witness it, but like process it or acknowledge. I don't know the word for it. I think you know what I'm trying to say though. It was kind of like I felt it in the moment. I was like, huh, that's so interesting, honestly. The men that were trying to hit on me weren't my type at all. Like, I think something that I realized about myself was, what am I even really looking for when it comes to a boyfriend? What am I even like wanting out of a man? I obviously, I want like the protection, the reassurance, and, the unconditional love, right? But what else? He could be all the things that I asked for, A, B, and C, but then work at like, I don't even know, like a dumb job. And I'm not saying like, oh, I wouldn't give a man who works at a dumb job a chance because at least he has a job, right? But what I'm trying to say is, if that's all he's ever going to do, for instance, we love the example McDonald's. Say that I find a man who's everything that I want and more, but only works at McDonald's, right? It's not the fact that he works at McDonald's that will turn me off. It's if I get to know him more and I find out that he has no goals or aspirations or anything that really drives him into doing something else with his life. That is where I will cross the line. And that is what I want. I want somebody who has goals, aspirations, interests, and all of that align with my own. Because that way I know that we have the potential to build each other up to reaching those goals, to reaching these achievements, to help each other reach our best selves. That is what I crave. That is what I want. That is him. I want him. Okay. All right, girlies, boys, friends, fans, people I talk to through the camera. I don't know. I'm gonna figure out something to call you guys because I just I don't know what to call you. I want to be that YouTuber that like names his fan group or his fan base something like cute, because you know how like y'all know Quinn Blackwell. Y'all better know Quinn Blackwell. Her like her society is the Quintessence. I think that's so cute. That's different. That's new. I want something like that. It's not something where it's just like boring. I don't know, like FGTvers or I'm let me shut up because I'm really over here name dropping people. These are real life people. And it's like, watch. When I get big and famous one day, they're gonna like go back to these videos and they're gonna be like, oh, before Kate was famous, she was over here talking smack about these YouTube content creators. Now, girl, let's be for real. Well, here's my thing. I don't think that I'm gonna be a problematic YouTuber. I just don't. Like, I love keeping to myself. There's so many things, like my brand is really going to be about like love and helping others and just like trying to like lift the world up into a higher vibration. That is literally who I'm going to be representing. So for me to really be in like scandals about like, oh, she was talking smack about this person, oh, she's a child lover, she's things like that, no. I just know it's not, because I don't know. Why does every YouTuber get freaking weird once they get famous? Not even just YouTubers. People in general. People get so weird once they get famous. Okay. Now that we're talking about famous people and everything, I was wondering where I was going with that, to be honest. But that was like such a great segue. These types of videos that you're watching me do right now, if you're on like a self-startup journey or you're wanting to, just get advice because you're trying to like be on your self-healing or self-starting, like I said, these are the type of videos that I know I watched. So I'm somebody who wants to become successful, correct? And somebody who thrives off of, other people's advice, trying to learn herself more, and just creating an identity for herself. Well, a big thing that I used to do were watch people's success stories. So documentaries of famous people who are now dead, like James Brown, Whitney Houston, and things like this, right? Even like other people who, oh my gosh, now that I think about, like, some of my favorite content creators, such as like Leo Skeppy, or even who else? I can't really think of any other like people from the top of my head because I don't script these videos. I need to start doing that, honestly. At least having some type of like topics to talk about instead of just relying on the top of my head because, girl, it doesn't work. What I was getting at though is these people, they all have such traumatic backstories, right? And it's not necessarily like every single famous person has to come from like a traumatic backstory, but it's like, to think about the things they had to go through, it's absolutely mind crazy. So, for example, James Brown. I recently watched Get On Up, his documentary of, like, how he became him. And, he was a child, post slavery, who basically saw his mom and dad arguing all the time. His mom left him to be a prostitute. His daddy sold, not, he didn't sell him, but his daddy gave him away to this other woman for, her to raise him. And, he got sent to jail. He did all this bull to people who really helped him start up to become James Brown. And, he betrayed them. It's crazy to me to see where people come from, because you never really know what people are going through. And I think it's such a crazy concept. People can be so self-absorbed. They can be so selfish and like thinking that their issues are the only issues that matter or whatever, because technically we all live in our own worlds. This is my world. I'm not worried about what's going on with the neighbor across the street. I'm not worried about like what my aunt and uncle are going through because I'm focused on myself right now. I'm focused on not only myself, but like the closest people around me. But even then, I still don't even know what the closest people around me are even going through. We're all living in our own worlds. I could sit here and try and like figure out how to help every single person in my family, in, the world and all that, right? But how am I going to help them if I can't even help myself first? Something my dad told me a long time ago was, how are you going to do right by others if you can't even do right by yourself first? Like, that's really real. That's very true information, wisdom to really intake, because, it's like if I were to get pregnant right now and be in the headspace that I'm in, that baby would have to grow up in such like a negative, household, because even if like I had my mother to like help me take care of this baby, and she's very loving, she's very heartwarming and all of that, I will still be that baby's mother. That baby will know all its life that my mom didn't want me. My mom wasn't happy that I was born. Like, they're going to blame themselves all their lives. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're not happy with yourself, that's going to show to other people. They're going to look at you and be like, oh, you have no room to give me this advice. You have no room to tell me what I can and can't do. You can't even follow your own advice. You can't even do this with yourself. You can't even do that. People see that. People are way more observant than we think. And I know they're going to be like, I already knew this. I already knew that, right? Okay, whatever. I'm telling you again. Because, oh my gosh, people can be so stuck in their ego that they think that they know it all. They think that they're, I'm going to be so real. I don't think any of this has anything to do of what I was talking about earlier. Next. But yeah, with all of this being said and done, it's just kind of crazy to think that we all have certain lessons that we have to go through because whatever you believe in, the universe, Bob, or, Al, they all give us these lessons because we're supposed to learn them in order to grow as better people. But when you're living in the moment, it's kind of hard to see that. I think this is going to be my last topic that I'm going to speak on because I thought it was something really cute that I saw. So one day while I was doom scrolling, I saw a video of Cardi B, right? And no, it's not the Cardi and Nicki drama that's going on for the 900th time. No. It was a video of Cardi B having an interview, and this person had asked Cardi, hey, so we saw this video of your child drawing on your Birkin bag, right? And, Cardi was saying how she wasn't mad at her. She was just like, don't do that again because this bag is really expensive, yada, yada, yada. And I think she honestly handled that very well because, look, when you're a kid, you don't truly understand the value of $1. No, you're too focused on other things. But one thing that she did bring up was the fact that she takes her daughter to the Dominican Republic, or I forgot where she says she's from, but she takes her daughter to, like this third world or, less fruitful country. And she gets to experience what or how the other kids live. Look, I think that is something that's so powerful because I feel like a lot of rich kids nowadays, they don't truly understand how blessed and how fortunate they really are. One thing for sure that I will implement on my kids is how to be humble. So look, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be successful. I just know it already, right? And when I have my children, I don't want them to grow up as being called nipple babies, having to earn or having to basically do nothing for everything they have, right? No, I'm going to make sure my kids experience what starting from the bottom really is. And I don't mean like this house that I'm in right now. No, this is not starting from the bottom. I have a loving mother. I have a loving father who give me a roof over my head, who buy me nice things, who give me money because, I just simply ask for it. This is not growing from the bottom. My dad my dad gave me a first car back when I was in high school. My mom just buys me random stuff because she just knows I like it. Like, that's not starting from the bottom. That's not. See, I'm half African, half Mexican. So I got two countries to really choose from. And I've been to both. I've experienced having to go warm up water on a stove from water that I had to collect in the morning in order to take showers with. I had to experience in order to flush the toilet. I had to dump water into the toilet for it to drain properly. I had to experience using that bucket and just, dipping it, washing it, blah, blah, blah. When I was done, put it over my head. No running water, no this and that, open windows, just like, look, girly, let me lay back for this. I probably look huge right now. It's okay. I don't care. Y'all like my shirt? It's my pajama shirt. Like I said, it's Saturday morning. Anyways, my children are going to have to experience this one day. I'm not saying because I want to hurt them or I want to make them feel something or whatever. No. It's because the last thing that I want is an arrogant child. The last thing that I want is for my child to think that life is easy. Because it is not. I have so many friends who are homeless. I have so many friends who are struggling to get by day to day. Whether it's me taking them to Africa for a couple months to truly experience what it's like, or even if it's me taking them to Mexico to really, understand more of their culture and all of that. Because whether they like it or not, see, I'm African and Mexican, like I said. I look black, but I don't really act like any of those three races. Basically, what I was trying to get at was my children will be humble. My children will know. It's not as easy as they might think. Alrighty, guys, it's the end of the video. You're probably really sad to see me go, or, just crying yourself to sleep right now, or whenever you may be watching this, crying over a bowl of cereal. But it's okay, guys. It's okay. Subscribe, like, comment. Let me know you're watching. Let me know you like me. But yeah, like I just said, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment, make sure you like, just try and give me some support. I would really love to support so I can support you guys back. And yeah. Am I forgetting anything? Okay. Bye. Bro, what are we talking about right now? I don't look. I'm already weird as it is, but I'm bound to be famous, so I don't know. Better figure it out now. Oh my gosh, what is that dog doing? This is gonna be so annoying because I don't know if you guys can hear them. Oh my gosh, why did I choose Saturday to film?